What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be covering some trades that was taken this week, EURUSD, and we're going to talk about some NASQ scalps that we took. So it's going to be a trade breakdown, just me analyzing the charts as well. I do want to give you guys an update on where the charts are currently at. So a trade breakdown and just analysis overall for you guys. So let's get straight into it. So we're going to start off with EU, and the trade, well, the first trade that was on EU was around this area here. We're having a hard time breaking these lows, and we're just building liquidity, right? Once I seen that we're just building liquidity right here, this is where we kind of halted and we just left the market alone, because we realized that the market was starting to become in a range and we were having trouble selling from this supply zone. When you see the market have trouble selling from the supply zone, that brings our interest to potentially that the market does not want to sell from here and it does want to go higher. Okay, and we have cases for that too, just like this trade breakdown right here. So once the market gave us this move, so we left the liquidity underneath, and then the market gave us this impulse move that broke our supply zone. So now once that happens, it's not the end of the world, right? So basically we have different scenarios for how the price moves. So if the price is going higher, we have scenarios to buy it. If the price is going lower, we have scenarios to sell it, right? This is how we trade. This is how I teach my students to trade, is always make sure you have different scenarios for both sides. Of course, you have to have those confluences as well. We have confluences for both sides as well. So as the market pushed higher, we knew that once we broke this supply zone right here, our next supply zone is going to be here. That gives us this free space in between to look for potential buys to target this supply zone, right? Overall. So where do we buy from? Well, now here comes the case of knowing which areas to take and which areas not to take, right? This is the problem that a lot of people have when it comes to smart money concepts or supply and demand, or just in general SMC concepts, right? And I'll say this again, smart money concepts is not a strategy, it is a theory. Okay, so zooming in, basically what I seen was we have this area right here. So this is the actual demand zone. Why is this a demand zone? Because we have manipulation of the lows, and if you see this orange section, that is New York session, right? So we have a manipulation of the lows. As New York session opens, we go lower. Okay, we manipulate these little lows, and then we have a distribution up here. So we have a change of character, right? And basically this entire thing becomes a reaccumulation. And I mean, if you watch my videos, you know I teach Wyckoff theory, and we use Wyckoff for our direction and just understanding where the market is going. Once we see this reaccumulation that takes out this supply zone right here, we know that, okay, this is going to be our focal point. This is going to be our point of interest to look for buyers, because this is where the impulse came from. This is where the move came from. This is where we had that spike to the upside. You can see now it's a clear order block, quote unquote. This is where that impulse came from, but we didn't take it just because it is an order block, right? This is what you have to think of when you're thinking of smart money concepts, supply and demand, Wyckoff theory. We mix all of these things together. So we didn't take this just because it's an order block, right? You see that I went in and I explained to you why we took this area, because we have a manipulation of lows, because we have that impulse to the upside, and we invalidated the supply zone. This was the cause, right? So it has some cause behind it. When you're looking at your supply and demand zones, make sure they have a cause and effect. What did this area do? If this area did not give us this impulse and, you know, invalidate the supply zone, this wouldn't be an area that I would have been taking. Okay, so simply put, we took this whole area, right? This was our entry point right here, and this was our demand zone right there. All right, you can see the market made this high, impulse to the upside, and then the next day we have liquidity. We manipulated liquidity, we have this huge manipulation lower that comes and mitigates our area. So we put entries here underneath the low. You can see this one was a close call right here, but you have to trust in your strategy, right? You can't get scared and close this trade, or you know, think any different of the trade. Okay, so once you have your entry set, you must stick to your trading plan and stick to your rule set. All right, so my first TP was around a 1 to 2, and I actually took a larger entry than this. I think it was like somewhere around the 9 pips. I'll just put it somewhere around 9. But first TP hit 1 to 2, and then let me put this one right here, and then the second target was around up here, around the 1 to 5 mark right here, where the market started slowing down, around the 1 to 5 mark right here. Okay, so and overall we were looking for buys to target here, but I already had my target set, which was around these highs right there, right? We can't go off of hindsight. All right, moving on to NASQ. Now, I know NASQ is selling right now, which is very good, and I'm going to give you guys my idea on NASQ as well. But moving on to NASQ is another trade that we were taking this week, and basically what we have been doing with NASQ is we have been buying the reaccumulations. So did this for 2 days now, and we were scalping the reaccumulations, and the first area here where we caught the impulse was on Thursday. So this was the same day as EU. We caught this impulse here, and basically this was a scalping, because if I zoom out, you can see NASQ is just insanely bullish, right? Insanely bullish. We're going higher. We're at all-time highs, so we're going to continue buying this bullish market cycle. All right, in a bullish market cycle, I need manipulations to the downside. All right, so in this case right here, where this trade came from here, is as we looked at this market, and what we seen was the market rated Asian lows. You can see we have this clear manipulation of Asian lows, and then the market pushes higher. So immediately when I wake up for my trading time, which is during New York session, I already know I'm looking for buyers, right? I already know I'm looking for buyers because the market already started the day from London session saying that, okay, we have this bullish impulse, right? So I'm already seeing this bullish impulse. Now I'm coming to the market. I'm trying to see how I can get an entry. Especially in the scalping, the best way is to wait for the manipulation, right? So we waited for this manipulation right here. Equities open. Equities open, created this manipulation lower, right? Manipulation of what? Manipulation of lows right here. Once I seen this manipulation down, once we seen the market push down with this aggression, what we wanted to see is a retracement with that same aggression, right? This is how you know that you are in a manipulation, or the market is manipulating liquidity, is you want to see it match that same aggression, right? So if the market is manipulating these lows right here, I need to see the market match the same aggression back towards the upside. As you can see right here, we match that aggression, right? The market pushed impulsively lower, and then we pushed back higher, matching the same aggression from the sellers. Once we seen this, I knew that this was the manipulation I was looking for, and I was able to take this entry. Where did I take the entry from? So as soon as I seen this impulse to the upside, the market slowed down, right? The market slowed down here, and what we noticed is we had this clear imbalance right here. I know some people call it fair value gap, inefficiency, whatever you want to call it. It is the same thing, right? We had this imbalance right here, and this is actually where we took the entry off of this imbalance right there. Stop loss was below there, and that was our scalping opportunity. We took that and we rode that for the rest of the day, and we was taking partials, and we was getting out around here at the end of the session time since we were scalping. And you can see NASQ actually pushed back lower here, but we was already protected. Entries was already taken, partials already taken, right? This is a scalping opportunity. We're not holding this for too long. Since the market is at all-time highs, we don't want to take those chances. All right. All right, guys, that is the simple trade breakdowns that we took for this week. If you have any questions, concerns, comment down below. If you have any recommendations of videos that you want to see, please let me know. You can reach out to me on Instagram or here, right? And I will see you guys in the next one. If you want to learn from me, the description is below in the bio, in my bio on Instagram and in the YouTube as well, to join the mentorship and the community. So I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.